I was thinking about this before you came on. The coldest that you've remembered that you've had opening day.
Oh, we've had some, 25 degrees out there before like that. So, we've had some cold days.
Who's that
There's no
toughest
question.
on?
What's
and
that?
don't say the coach because you're sitting there. But who's that? Pitchers, catchers, hitters. Who's the toughest to adjust to that?
Nah, the fans.
That's
That's a tough. No, it's tough on everybody. But when it's opening day, that we push through that if it's cold on that first weekend. But it's tough on everybody trying to stay loose and everything like that. But the one you're concerned with the most is the pitchers, making sure that they don't get injured or anything like that.
Do you throw now? How do you adjust? Do you throw them the amount of innings and pitches earlier in the season with that cold weather than you would later on?
Well, we'll always pitch count early in the year and then just build up to it. The season's it's a long season, it's a marathon. We want to make sure, and that allows us to get a lot of guys in early and everything like that. But we'll definitely early in the season have guys on pitch count.
Well, how about the fall? How did it go for you guys?
It went well. We had a lot of new guys and a lot of we had a lot of good competition with amongst the team. And I always think if they're competing hard against each other, then we'll compete well against other people also. So, but a good fall, good players, good character, and just hard nose.
Sure.
We got a lot of guys that are what I'd call more substance and style, and just a joy to be around and practice with every day.
I'm sure you appreciate that as a coach, though, right? I mean, those guys, those grinders, the ones that not looking for the headlines and just going out there doing. Just coachable guys.
Absolutely, those guys. They're great to be around.
Those are the dreams come true
right.
type guys. We'll talk about a few of them. Some of them that stood out to you throughout the fall and probably expected to have a pretty good year this year.
Well, if we take a look at it, some of the starters that we have returning, we have two returning starter pitchers, Connor Gilmore and Chris Cottle. And you always start with pitching, but Connor Gilmore has been outstanding for us for his first 2 years. Of course, he won the Southland Championship game for us and then beat South Alabama in the regional. And just had an outstanding and went 7-3 for us last year. So we look for him to be our Friday guy. And, he projects really well. And he just he has a little bit of deception to him. But he goes out there and he competes hard. And so it's good. And Chris Cottle coming back also. He's a returning starter. Mm-hmm. And but we got a lot of other guys also that came in. And there's a lot of competition. And we're not for sure who will be our weekend starters. But we got some freshmen coming in also. And then in the field, Tyler Langley, Conway guy, Wesley Hoover, he's also from Conway. Those two will be in our starting outfield, and then just those guys right there will start. We look for those guys first because they've been here the longest. They're from this area for sure, but also they've been through the fire a little bit.
Sure, yeah. Establish the kind of leadership you need and set that example for some of those young guys coming up or what you expect in your program.
Correct.
That's big time. And, Coach Gum, we love rivalries around here. I mean, that seems like that's all we want to talk about. And I think it is, if my notes are correct, a home opener February the 17th against UALR.
Correct.
Now, is that one that's a big old circle, highlight, everything, X's behind on that schedule with the players?
Well, I'll be honest with you, no. I mean, we try to stay at a certain level regardless who we're playing.
Yeah.
We have a certain system we try to play and a certain style we try to play. And, our schedule has Ole Miss, Missouri, Oklahoma State, Wichita State on it, Big 12, SEC teams. But also within our conference, we just try to keep – baseball's one of those sports you got to stay level.
Sure.
And, not up and down. And so we're not real big on circling people on that. We just try to take it the same as we would if we're playing, whoever the next opponent is and stick within our guidelines with that. But honestly, no. And
you might have a few more people in the stands for that one, though.
Yeah, we might. And that's good. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy that, and that's good.
That makes
that's
it
good.
fun, yeah.
It does make it fun. But on our side of it, we just try to keep just stay level and stay with what we do and not be so concerned with who we're playing and everything like that and stick within the system.
We can get caught up in that kind of stuff. You can't get caught up in that.
Yeah, have fun with it. That's great. Yeah.
Coach, I cannot miss that huge, gigantic ring you have on your right hand. And that is from?
That's from the conference championship, the Southland, and when we went to the regional and the Starkville regional 2 years ago. Last year was a very, very successful year. It was one of the most successful years I've been a part of coaching because we battled so much adversity and injuries. And I can remember we have a 27-man conference roster. And I can remember at one point I only had 22 guys on it because of different injuries, and our guys fought through hard and they kept fighting, and we ended up winning 9 out of the last 10 games, and we put ourselves back in a position. We played for a championship, for the Southland Championship again, and a chance to go to a regional, and we just came up a little short last year. But I was proud of them because we could have. There's so many things that went wrong. We could have thrown in the towel, and then our guys finished winning the last 9 out of 10 games.
Before we let you go, I did want to ask you about some of the other games on your schedule. I know you look at them all the same, but just
Right.
want to talk about a few that kind of jump out to the listener and some that they want to keep an eye on.
Well, yeah, no question. The ULR, that's great for the state. We'll play a home and home with them. And then in the future, we're trying to work it. We're actually play a 3-game series that goes throughout the season, though, where we'll play them at home at our place. We'll play them at Kern Conway, and then we'll play one at Dickey Stevens. That's what we're trying to work out. So a 3-game set, which will be great with them. Then also we're going to play a home and home, which is also I think really good for the state with Arkansas State, and then Arkansas Pine Bluff also. We have a home and home with them. So with the other Division I schools in the state, we're playing a home and home with them, and those are big games. There's no question. In the mental part of it, for our players, we try to keep everybody level, but for the state and for baseball in the state of Arkansas, I think it's a great deal.
Yeah, absolutely. Coach,
Yeah.
you talk about playing at Dickey Stevens. I'd imagine that's a nice little recruiting pitch, and you've done a good job. You got some homegrown talent here. I think, did I read 23
Right, 23.
Arkansans and a lot from this area at Central Arkansas as well.
Oh, you bet. Our philosophy on recruiting is we want to. Right now, we have 5 guys from Conway alone.
Oh, wow.
Okay, and last year our starting outfield, we started with 3 that started in outfield, and all 5 of the Conway players played a huge role in our season last year and the year before, and they will again this year. And then on top of that, we just branch out. We got a lot of players from the 501 area code. And then we just branch on out to the rest of the state. And then, we have other players from, we have a couple California guys, Texas guy, Missouri and all that. We even got a young man from the Dominican Republic. So we do spread out, but also we want to make sure we take care of the state.
Heard there's some good talent down there in the Dominican Republic.
There's just a little bit, yeah.
Coach, I appreciate you for joining us,
you,
man.
Pat.
Thanks for coming down. Always good to see you. Best of luck this year.
Thank you very much.
We'll talk to you soon.